All right, we're here with Evan Longoria
Longo!
Of the San Francisco Giants. Let's start there. Let's start. What is it like now, having played for the Tampa Bay Rays? And we all know what it might be like playing for the Rays. What's it like to play in front of a fan base that shows up?
Well, I'll tell you what, this is my second interview session, whatever you want to call it, with the Barstool crew. And you guys are off to a better start because Portnoy called it the Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
No, he does it on purpose.
Yeah, I know he does, but still.
What did you do, a pizza review?
Yeah, I did.
Did you do a rookie score?
What's that mean?
If you didn't do a decimal point, it's a rookie score. If you did like a 7, that's a rookie score.
Oh no, I gave him a decimal. I'm pretty sure I gave him a
6.9.
Yeah, it was like I think I rated it really high, which he was just wearing me. He rated me for that, but. It was pretty good pizza, and he actually gave it, I think, a pretty good review too. But yeah, I think I gave a decimal point. Anyways, you guys are off to a better start.
Yeah,
but it's great. It's great, man. Like San Francisco is obviously completely different than Tampa in pretty much every aspect. Big city, big faster pace. Outdoor ballpark, like anything you can name is just different.
You're a big Bay guy.
And Bay to Bay, but it was fun, man. Last year was tough. The year was cut in half basically with a broken hand, and I just at that point it was like I felt like I was getting my feet underneath me, and then I'm out for a month and a half, and but this year, like I will say, I thought I was going to be comfortable coming into spring last year. I don't have to move. I live here. I thought it was going to be easy, and it was a lot tougher than I expected. So this year's like a lot. Like nobody wants to talk to me now. Like I'm cool. Like the media doesn't care. It's like not that they don't care, but they don't want to talk to me every day. They don't want to ask me how it was to touch the dirt as a Giant the first time. Like whatever. So it's been good. It's been good.
What was that like? Because there's a lot of history. I grew up in Northern California. Grew up in Stockton. Grew up a Giants fan. So I appreciate and understand the history of the game, the ballpark, and all that shit. Candlestick to AT&T, Pac Bell, AT&T. Now it's Oracle or Oda, whatever the hell. You play baseball there, that much. But you see some of those greats walking around because you yourself, when we look at the Tampa Bay Rays, and we look at that roster and the history, you are firmly entrenched in the history and the stardom of that organization. Transition. You hop a boat to this bay over here out on the west side, and now you've got folks like Willie Mack that were running around there. Guys like Will Pl I mean, just the list goes on and on. What was that like, kind of, jumping into that kind of history?
It's cool. It's really cool. I mean, guys like you said, Barry's at the park quite a bit. Willie Mack was around a lot last year. And Willie Mays is there pretty much on a daily basis too, and so you got guys like that. Will Clark, like you said, just coming and going, and it's a completely different vibe. I mean, I'm definitely proud of everything that I did in Tampa, but you're talking about a 22 year, whatever, 22-year history, and I was there for almost half of it. To go to a place where you got one of the original teams that has been around for 100+ years, and so it's definitely there's a different feel in the clubhouse. There's a different aura. Like it's tough to describe.
Did you shake Madison Bumgarner's hand, Buster Posey's hand, or were they like still sort of that? Because Mad Bum can be a little, I feel like unless he's like related to you, maybe he doesn't give you that time of day. He's not that way. He's not that way at all. But he, like, the outside world kind of has that impression, like this big, stoic, just farm, like, look at me and I'll fucking chop the tree down.
And he probably will. Like, I mean, that's like, if you don't want to cross that guy. There's no doubt about that. But, he curates that image really well. And it's, I think it's a part of him. Like it's what he does, and it's really what works for him. So he's fun to be around, man. Super competitive. Like these guys, they've had a ton of success. They've really done something that the last team to do was really probably the the 90s Yankees, 90s 2000 Yankees, and the dominance that they've shown, and he's a huge part of it. Buster's a huge part of it. Like, so it was cool coming in and being with those guys for the first year.
Did you know that Madison Bumgarner used to have a girlfriend named Madison Bumgarner?
I heard that, but is that real? Is that like a real thing?
I'm pretty sure that's real.
Probably not going to be the one to ask me about it.
Yeah.
I'm not bringing that up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he would care, though. I don't think he would.
I'm pretty sure that's true. All right, so we were talking about the history, you know, talking about the Giants and the Rays, and say the Giants go to the World Series this year, and they would have guys like Willie McCovey come back to throw at a first pitch, Barry Bonds come back to throw at a first pitch before a World Series game. In 2008, when they're going to the well for all-time Rays games, did they ask you to just, hey, I mean, you're an all-time great Ray, do you want to throw up the first
cool
pitch?
If you just like between innings, maybe.
You mean like 2019, like if they went to the World Series?
No, I'm saying like during when you were in the World Series in 2008, like you throw out the first pitch, then shot over to third base to start the game.
Like you're not going to take ground balls in between innings. We're just thinking you get them on the bump and let that one go, and then we'll kind of.
Yeah.
I can't even like. Who did we have throw out first pitch? I mean, I can't even. It's 2008. So, like it honestly feels like it was.
Was it Baldelli?
Yesterday. He was playing.
Woonsocket Rockets.
Yeah. No, he was on the team. But yeah, no, it was like. I mean, that time period in my mind is so like. It went so fast, man. Rookie year is like first year doing anything, like you tend to forget a lot of it because you're like pretty focused like internally. You know, it's tough to like get like external, like to really like soak everything in when you're just trying to like get yourself in the place where you can compete every day. And as a rookie, man, you're just like trying to grind your ass off to like get, you know, just to play well. That it's really tough to like soak all that in. So every time I see a video time to time, I'm like, oh yeah, that happened.
Well, we can totally understand you wanting to bottle up those memories and bottle up those feelings, which kind of leads me to this next point here. Our folks at Lumberlend Co. have been nice enough to provide our man Evan Longoria with a signature series Lumberlend mug. I showed you that earlier. They put your fucking mug, you put your mug on a mug. Mug is on a mug. Remember that, folks. And if you're looking to get this taken care of yourselves, they are completely sealed on the inside and out, making them perfect for your 12-ounce beverage of choice at the ballpark. Maybe it's in a backyard barbecue. I don't know. Get your Player Signature Series mug in your life. If you're looking for something a little more personal, you can design your own. Customize the text, colors, logos, signatures if you'd like. Maybe a little rocket logo, you know? Ooh. Something you can do. Just saying. These bat mugs, folks, are truly a great way to commemorate any special occasion, event, wedding, bris, if you will. Get them for your business. Get them for your groomsmen. Get them for coaches' gifts. Just get them, period, because they're fucking sweet. How to get them? Let me tell you. Go to www.lumberlend.com. Now, you get 15% off your order with the code BARSTOOL. Get it in your life, folks. This is an exclusive for you, the grounds crew. These guys rarely do discounts because their product is so handcrafted and finely tuned, you need to get on it while you can. So jump on it right now. www.lumberlend, LUMBERLEND.com/Barstool. Get your signature cup today.
So I saw you there. You were admiring your signature. When did you start going from like learning cursive to this is going to be an autograph someday? When did you know that that was actually going to be something?
Early, don't lie.
No,
early.
Honestly,
shoot me straight here.
I think the first time I actually signed a baseball or like signed anything was probably playing in the Cape League when I was junior. Chatham.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. Probably one of the best summers I've ever had. It was just an amazing time there.
Yes.
But yeah, that was the first time I was like, wow, somebody really like wants my autograph. All right, well I better start practicing like what it looks like, you know. And I look back now, I'm like, that's an older signature. It's not that old, but this is probably 3-4 years old, and every year.
That's a finely presented signature, though. That's finely crafted.
It's pro. I mean,
yeah, mine is slop, just dog slop. Looks terrible.
But I mean, we got to sign so many balls that like after a while I just got tired of looking at like a really shitty autograph, and I was like, oh well, maybe I should just sit down and just practice writing it out and what I want it to look like. And
so I got to ask you this because there's some people think about guys that want to stop and sign autographs, guys that do, guys that don't. I'm picking up on a sense of pride in your penmanship. People are going to put this on a mantle. Maybe it's going to be next to a crib of some sorts. They're going to want it to look nice. You've taken note of that. So is there anything to, like, you know what? You pick and choose when you guys can sign one schedule and time. You guys are A to B. You got shit to do. but there's also a sense of pride behind this. You're not just going to slop some shit up for 50 people in a row and keep it moving. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. I mean, the main thing for me with the autograph is I wanted people to be able to read it.
Sure.
Right? Like, as a kid, like, I probably had, a couple of autographs, 2-3 autographs, and when I look back, I'm like, I don't even remember who that dude is. Like, because if you don't write a number on it, you don't really know, you know. So I at least wanted the E and the L and some, a few other letters to be semi-legible, so they could go, oh yeah, that's.
It's long and loopy enough. That's got to be a Longoria.
Yeah, it looks good.
You want to take a trip down memory lane right now?
Yeah. Well,
I don't know what you're heavy sighing about. This is gonna suck for me.
And I love every minute of this.
You haven't showed me what's about to pop up, so yeah, I don't.
I mean, we're going to relive
right now.
We don't have any old MySpace kids.
Literally one of the worst nights of my life. Game 162 in 2011. I was in Baltimore. You were in Tampa. We're gonna pull up the video and we're gonna relive this night together because. Just wasn't a good time.
It was a long night.
Yeah, it was.
Yes,
it was, Evan. All right, I'll let you control it here. I think the scenario was if the Red Sox won and the Rays won, there would be a one-game playoff.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
PD, oh god.
It's a shared grand slam.
Text Granny.
Turns around 97.
That was tough. And this game, the thing about this game is it didn't mean anything for the Yankees.
No, nothing.
Because they were already in. And so that's the thing that, like, I think helped us was they got some guys out early and then they didn't really go to their horses like late in the game.
Right.
I mean, he still played it pretty straight. Like, it wasn't like he just gave up, and they were up 7-1. Like, so if you can't, get out,
to secure that in the big leagues, that should
Right. So now we got what 2-1.
J.J. Hardy dropping dick.
Young Kimbrel.
Shaving Maven Kimbrel.
Oh, there's you.
Oh!
3-run tank. That was number 30.
Look at the score.
Look at the score.
In the 8th.
Yeah.
7-3 in the 8th. Longo steps up and drops dick pull side. 3-run Johnson brings him within 1. Taste that again.
Side story. There was I heard this story after, but one of our trainers, I won't say who the guy was, but we had a guy like basically fully packed in the locker, like he was ready to go home, like in the 6th inning, and he was like saying bye to everybody, like, thank you, like what a great year, it's been awesome.
Yeah.
And our trainers were like, hey man, you got to get your arm exercises in, like we're gonna win this game. And he was like, come on guys, like, we're down 5 here in the 8th.
Yeah.
Obviously you know the ending, but yeah, that's
But when you hit the 3-run bomb to make it 7-6 at that point?
Yeah.
I mean, like
7-6.
Are you thinking at that point like we got this? We're within striking distance, or still we?
I mean, we had
still down by 1.
We had a lot of energy, man. We had a lot going for us right at that point. I mean, and there were some people that had left the stadium, but by and large, I mean, it felt like a good majority of the people were still there.
Yeah.
So when we started like climbing back, it just it felt like there was a lot of momentum.
So at this point, I'm just like, fuck. I mean, when Papelbon doesn't have it, he
even put in a pinch runner.
Yeah.
Buck put in a pinch runner.
It's 3.
Gotta have it, Jared.
Bottom of the 9th.
Last game of the year.
Last game of the year. 3-2 Red Sox. 2 outs, 2 strikes, and there's a double in the gap. Now we get a tie game. At that point, I was like, I don't even know why I'm still here. Like, this game's fucking over. It's just
you had nothing to gain from it. At that point.
No. Like, Buck Showalter is the pettiest manager in the history of baseball. And then Andino, Crawford, you have to catch that. And a lazy ass lollipop throw home. Ball game over. So now, they're celebrating like they just won the World Series. They were probably like 67 games out of first place at that point.
I mean, we can turn it off.
No. We're getting right to the good part.
This was like a historic night for the Red Sox too. That's the last Papelbon appearance. That's the last time Tim Wakefield, Jason Varitek, all those guys, their Red Sox career. You ended their Red Sox careers.
No. I did. They had some pretty good careers too.
Yeah, that was Tito's last night managing the Red Sox.
On deck right there.
Yeah, you're on deck when that happens. You guys don't know any of this.
Vio's last night as Red Sox GM. Oh God.
Heater in, tucks it down the line. If it stays there, it's gone, and it's fucking out of here.
I mean,
I blacked out at that moment.
Yeah, buddy.
What the hell just happened?
That's your 2nd in the game. You hit a crucial bomb to bring it within one earlier in the 8th inning, 2 outs, and now here you are, heater in, pull the hand, stay inside of you.
I didn't think I don't know that I had another hit that game either. I don't remember what I did, but I think I was like 0 for to that point.
Over
too,
2 or 3 coming into that second to last AB.
Yeah, in the 8th, I think it might have been 0 for 3 at that point. And you're just dude, we're getting smashed. I haven't got a hit.
Right.
It's all about to end at this point. And
so you got to do something big. Are you thinking that? Are you thinking that in your head? Like, I really got one shot here.
I
it's
was thinking,
time.
man. Like I'm. Like, I don't want to be the guy to get out,
Sure.
Like, just get a hit and keep this thing going. Like, I'm ready to just get a broken bat bleeder to right or something. Yeah, it's insane, man. Insane.
Do you even remember going around the bases?
No. Like, when I watch it, I'm like, I try to think back, like, hey, what was I thinking? I felt like I was running so fast to get home. But yeah, it was sick. Sick party after, too. Went out.
Mm-hmm. I bet it was awesome.
2011 was actually the year that I met my wife, and she was in town for that. Well, she was my future wife. We had been kind of dating for, like, most of the year, so she was in town. I met her out, met a bunch of her girlfriends. It was a pretty good night.
It's probably what sold her, if we're being honest.
I mean, she saw the show right
she
there.
Did. She did. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Name on the back gets it done. Name on the front gets it done.
I mean, when you think back on your career to this point, was that the #1 moment for you?
Probably personally, like selfishly. I mean, yeah, it was obviously a huge moment for me. But playing the World Series is like the best. I mean, dude, the Game 7 at home against the Red Sox in 2008 was sick. Like, I got a hit off Lester that game to either tie the game or go ahead late. He was pitching a gem. I think it was 1-1 or whatever it was. But like, that was like emotionally tougher than 2011 because we were up and then we lost that Game 5 at Boston that we were up like 4 or 5 runs.
It was 7-0 in the 7th inning.
Yeah, so that was like, man, we're getting ready to go to the World Series, and now we just lost the game, and we like, I'm thinking back to like when the Red Sox came back from 3-0, won the World Series. I'm like, damn, this is not the place you want to do this. You do not want to do that in Fenway Park, because everybody was just going berserk, and like the next day, we played another game there, I think, and then we went back for Game 7, lost the next game. We're like, damn, we got. What do you think? What am I thinking there? Like, man, we can win this game, but like all the momentum is on their side, and so that just winning that game was crazy. But playing the World Series, I think the memories is probably overall the best moments of my career.
We're not quite to the off ramp yet, off of memory lane. We're about 1 exit away. I'm gonna go grab a piece of paper, and I just want to say,
oh shit, are you gonna, yeah?
I just want to say the next 5 minutes.
Oh no, I forgot about this.
I'm not terribly proud of how this is
5 minutes.
I'm not terribly proud of how this is going to unfold here. There's some things, because I've got a ton of respect for you as a player, man. Having been able to compete against you, things that I will remember. Luckily, we have the internet to remember some things that we might not always remember. But I'm going to go grab a piece of paper, because we've been talking about big hits that you've gotten throughout your career.
This is literally every day, man.
But you know what? I'm going to let him do it, because, I mean, how many has there been?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know that you know what we're talking about. But
all right, so what number was yours? Go ahead and tell us. What's he got? A personal calendar of it?
So it's just something we found. It was at a local.
That's not even the same guy.
It was at a local.
That's not even the same guy right there.
Local thrift store here.
That's not even you. You're not even going to be able to tell your kids that's you.
Yeah, that's really not what we're looking at here. There was a time in the game,
man,
Longo here, and it's
Mother's Day too.
They were kind enough to actually put the scorecard on the back of this, and I want you to take. You notice Evan Longoria hitting cleanup for the at the time the most powerful offensive gauntlet in baseball. At the time of that year. So let's go to the 5th inning, Longo, if you can. I'm not a, that's a K.
A punchy?
That's a punchy.
Go down swinging?
Swinging, though.
Okay.
Swinging.
Yeah.
But what I want to get to here is, are you a stat guy? What's that? Are you a stat guy?
I don't know what that means.
like the numbers, do you remember numbers of yourself? Like,
no.
Okay, all right. I did a little digging. Yeah. And, do you know how many sack bunts you have in your career?
No, Not a lot.
I do. Want to take a guess?
Was there one in that game? No, there was nobody on. One against you?
You have one. You have one sack hit, or one sack bunt recorded in your career. Do you know how many base hit bunts you had in your career?
I mean, more than sack bunts, but no.
You're actually tied. You have one.
Tied?
You have one.
One bunt hit.
You have one. Which
one
leads
bunt
me...
and one sack bunt?
Which leads me back to that AB in the 5th inning. Because I get asked, obviously. I had one fucking...
Oh, I tried to bunt?
I had one I
I will say,
remember
though,
it.
the game was close.
Yes,
The game
no,
was close.
absolutely. We can go back.
The game was close.
Because I've been asked about this, and honestly, that's the only reason I kind of even brought this up, is because...
4-0.
So, you...
3-0 at the time.
Right, you squared to bunt, and I remember laughing. Because I'm thinking, what the fuck, really, right now? Like, why is he doesn't need to bunt
You were
against
carving
me.
us up.
I was having a decent day.
Yeah,
but
carving us up.
So they asked me, like, when do you realize, when do you whatever, and I'm like, look, nothing, and you can attest to this, nothing was any different that day than any time I had faced you prior. But I was like...
The sun was brighter.
See? Mother Nature, Jared. It's all about connecting with the earth. Look what happens. What I tell you, form a relationship.
Yeah, I don't think that's right.
You were good that day, bro. You threw a perfect game.
But I'm thinking to myself, you squaring around here fucking bunting right
We
now?
hadn't put a good swing on a ball the whole game.
I would have been furious, and here's why. Not because of the bunt and the unwritten rule and all that. No, not at all. Like I'm a guy who believes, competitive-wise, the best time to step on a neck is when he is down. Like that's the easiest time. That's the best way to put you out of your misery. I'm not here to fucking help you along. So, but you square, and I'm thinking, is this really? And I did. I kind of took pauses there. All right.
Here we are.
What would have happened, like in your head, if you get the bunt down? Because I know what I would have thought. I would have been okay with it. It's a fucking 5th inning.
It was a 5th. Yeah.
I had never thrown just so you know, I had never thrown a complete game up until that point. Like I had never seen the 9th inning of the mound up until that point. So I had no fucking idea what to expect. But let's say you get that bunt down. Does anything change as far as?
Yes. Like, dude, yeah, you don't. I mean, you've hit how many at bats you had in your career?
So I don't know, like
Whatever.
10.
Like, but I mean, there is like, especially in a close game, like there is a significant change in mindset with the offense when you get your first hit. You know what I mean? Like there's, so where? So I hit first that inning. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I'm thinking, all right, well, we're down 3 right here. Like, I'm leading off. Like, nobody's put a good swing on a ball. Like, I'm trying to get on, you know, lead off and get something going. But I'm just, like, I think if we haven't gotten a hit in 6 innings and it's a close game and somebody finally gets a hit, like, you're like, all right, well, we can go now, you know. But when you go up there and nobody's got a hit and nobody's put a good swing on a ball, you're just like, you're a lot more tense.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that...
I got a question for you, but Dallas, before I ask the question, can you earmuffs?
Sick game.
Much love.
And what number was it?
Much
How many
love.
other races and what number was it?
19th
19th?
at that time.
But there's been 21?
23.
23. Alright. Earmuffs, please?
Pretty good.
Okay. During the perfect game, was there a point during the perfect game or after the perfect game where you or anyone else in the clubhouse was like, I can't believe that fucking happened against like that asshole, like because he wasn't actually good? You can come back.
Well,
Honestly.
I actually think at the time, I can't remember. We got perfect game by Mark Burley too.
Yeah.
And I think
There was like a third one, but it was a no-hitter, right?
I think at the time, at the time of the career, I don't remember what year his was and what yours is 10.
His was I think his was the year before.
Yeah.
Like 2009.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no. Because we had already been perfect game by him, so I was like, oh, I mean,
Mark Burley, he's probably gonna, does he have his number retired by the White Sox?
Should.
If he
have a
doesn't, I
statue.
think it's like a consideration.
Yeah. He's a fucking legend.
Yeah, I mean, no, like,
just
he
hold on,
had
hold
a
on.
great day. You
Just
know, like
look at this fucking face and be like, this asshole threw a perfect game against us.
Look at the strong odor.
Like,
Vascular in the arm too there.
unbelievable. Like,
Yeah, where'd that forearm go?
Yeah, I got married, right? No, I just wanted to. I wanted to take you back down that that little strip.
If it was like a one-time thing for me, I would have been pissed. But I'm like, we've already gotten perfect games, so it's not a big deal. Like I've got to be like a trivia question later on. I mean, I've been a part of I've gotten perfect game 3 times.
What was the third one?
Felix Hernandez.
Oh,
Holy shit!
Dallas Braden and Mark Burley, and no-hit twice. And been
Jesus.
a part of 1 no-hitter. So Garza threw a no-hitter for us.
Garza threw the no-no.
We got no-hit by Edwin Jackson.
146 pitch.
And we got no-hit by somebody else, too. I got a base hit to break up Brendan Morrow's no-hitter in 2 strikes, 2 outs in the 9th.
Toronto?
Yeah.
Was that the 19 punch out game, was it?
No.
I don't think so.
But I could have sworn we got no-hit at one point by somebody else, too.
I mean, like,
it's kind of a lot.
What's the conversation like in the clubhouse? Is it like, oh, fucking happen again? I mean, is it just the mentality of a loss is a loss?
Yeah. I mean, again, it's embarrassing. Like, it's embarrassing as an offense, but then again, I mean, it only happens every so often, and like, a lot of things have to happen right. Like the day that we got perfect game by Felix Hernandez, he was unbelievable. Like, he was just like his stuff was just better than us. Like Dallas's game, like he pitched, like he was here, he executed all of his pitches. Same thing with Mark Burley, like I felt like on that day, he was really good. On Felix's day, he was just special, like he could have gone out there and thrown all of his pitches around the plate and still nobody would have hit him, because his stuff was just so electric.
And I'm glad you said that because there is a massive difference. And I don't like, in all honesty, I don't like to talk about this shit because I know my place. And I know that when you face a guy, I'm glad you said that because a guy like Felix, like that's who I believe that kind of stuff is reserved for. And even Burley, the precision. We're talking surgical type execution, not a guy who's, maybe has an idea. These are fucking surgeons at work. And with Felix, that's just another level.
Yeah. So I got a question for you that I've been curious about for a while. I think I've written about it too a couple times, but the contract that you signed with Tampa, one of the most team-friendly deals of all time.
The first one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you kind of look back at that? Because obviously what you're doing was, I want the security. Do you look back at that and say, if I had just rolled the dice, like I could have done double that?
No.
You don't have any regrets?
No, I don't. I mean, again, I signed a second contract and I got paid what I thought I was worth at that point. So, I can't really, like, if I'd never signed that second contract, maybe I have a different answer. But at the same time, anything could happen, man. Like, that's what I was looking at was, if I get to the end of this contract and everything goes right, I'm going to get another one. If I get to the end of this contract and nothing goes right, then I'm going to be $45 million richer, and I'll have 9 years in the big leagues. You know what I mean? So there was a win-win in that, 22-year-old brain of mine at that time, who basically never played a day in the big leagues, and I kept telling myself year after year, like, if I perform, I will get another contract at some point. And I was just trying to like outplay my contract every year.
That is so fucking refreshing to hear, and I'm glad you're able to say that and shit because I hate the idea and I hate the notion and I balk at it daily when I hear, oh, you're not, what are you, afraid to bet on yourself, or you're not worried about the other guys who are coming behind you and trying to solidify and secure their bag as well. It's like, look, man, you don't understand the perspective. One, I'm securing the bag for the family and my family's future. Two, I can already tell right now, and this is the first time we've really sat down and chopped it up like this, but you're a dude who, look, you pay me, and now I can go to work. Not pay me, and now I can rest on my laurels. You pay me, now I can build and create the Evan Longoria who's going to get breaded up like chicken titties next time.
So I was like, and some guys need that motivation, right? Like some guys want to play year to year. Like some guys want to. I mean, everybody wants a long-term deal. Let's not get away from that fact. Right. But some guys want to have that 2 or 3 years of arbitration to get to free agency because they want that to drive them to get there, and they want to see what they can get. For me, it wasn't going to change the way I played the game. It wasn't going to change my perspective. But I've always been like, I'm a little more risky now. But as a young guy, like I never had any money. I didn't have anything, So I was like, man, they're gonna offer me like all this money. Like I'm taking it, right? So And I just figured out down the line if I played well, I'd be good.
Yeah. Who's your favorite teammate of all time?
Oh man, probably Eric Hinsky. My first.
Ski!
Yeah.
He's tatted the fuck up.
Ski!
Have you seen him? He's
I had
covered.
him and Cliff Floyd. He's
Uncle
love
Cliffy,
Cliffy.
we love big
Cliff.
Uncle Cliffy friendly podcast here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
love
Big
us some
Brown.
Uncle
His
Cliffy.
nickname was Big Brown my first year.
Brown, what can Brown do
Yeah.
for you?
Well, so here we had Cliff Floyd on the podcast before, and we asked him give us like a Ricky Henderson story. Why don't you give us a Cliff Floyd story?
Man, again that year, man, my rookie year, like I was like probably doing way too much partying and like enjoying
your
my
success.
time,
Absolutely.
enjoying my time in the big leagues a little
days,
too
baby.
much to remember half the shit that I did. And a lot of it was with Cliff, man. I hung out with, seriously, like those guys taught me. You know, they taught me how to respect the game. They taught me how to like respect the clubhouse guys and everybody around, and they were really, really good veteran leaders. And they like embraced my friends too. I remember like, you know, I don't remember the whole story, but I would, even if I did, I wouldn't tell you the whole story. But I remember, you know, I had a couple of buddies in town, and we had a day game the next day, and Cliff knew he wasn't playing. We were out pretty late, and I had a couple of my buddies that like wanted to stay out, you know, and they stayed with Cliff, and Cliff like, you know, took care of him, just showed him, you know, took him out, whatever, like let him stay at his house, and like that was for me like, all right, this dude's cool, you know, like doesn't care if I'm there, like he's gonna take care of my boys, and it was just awesome.
And that's the kind of player, and I know this, and you know this, and I'll say it because maybe you don't need to say it. That's the kind of guy that's getting ran the fuck out of the game now. Mm-hmm. And that is horseshit. Mm-hmm. The impact that kind of dude has in the clubhouse, the front offices don't even want to begin to try to quantify it. They don't even want to begin to try to understand what that dude can do for a young guy, little wet behind the ears, guy named Evan Longoria, his rookie year, can now look back.
Young guys at that point, like
but the Uncle Cliffy type, like those
Yeah.
dudes, they mean so much to our game. They mean so much to our game, and they're just being passed over and sent out to pasture, tied up in the back. I just don't want to see it. I hate to see it.
Well, it's tough. One, it's tough when guys can still play the game at a high level, right?
Yes.
Like because there's a lot of guys that are still like, you know, in their window to be able to play at the big league level, and are also really good teammates that could benefit a team, but at the same time, when guys like and you know, Andrew Friedman is really good at this. There's a lot of, you know, there's a few GMs that are really good at like understanding the value of those guys, and maybe they don't want, you know, maybe, you know, it's a 35, 36, 37, 38-year-old guy that like understands he's done playing, or like, you know, he just for whatever reason he's just not in the game anymore, but they're really good at bringing those guys into the staff. And that, like, if you're not going to, you know, pay guys to play on your team because you don't feel that they're you know, they're just past their prime, they're old, whatever, like the numbers don't say that they can play anymore, at least have those guys around, you know, because if you go to a full like just analytics side thing, and again, I'm not, you know, you can say all you want about it, I'm not here to bash it because I think some of the information is good.
Oh, for sure.
But I think some of it also doesn't, you know, skew in the right direction as far as like clubhouse chemistry and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
Just having those guys around on staff is really beneficial as well.
No, trust me, I am a numbers guy. I pay attention to it, and it's because I didn't have the stuff a la Felix or whatever to just think that, you know what, today my nutsack's going to take care of this one.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not who I was, and I knew that. So I was looking for every in and out. We talk about the way the game is changing. I want to play a little game, a little fuck, marry, kill, with the
actually I gotta go.
with the rule
Get
changes. We've got the universal DH, 3 batter minimum, and the pitch clock.
Well, I gotta fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah.
Well, logically, I would probably like to. I don't even know how this makes sense. I would probably like to fuck the universal DH.
Yes.
Like, is that
you only
like?
want it for a year?
Is that like good or
no?
is
That's like side piece. That's like beef.
Yeah, like if you know what I mean? Would marry the universal.
Yeah, you're
DH.
marrying the universal DH.
That forever.
That's forever.
Like if you were.
Oh, okay. Well, then I would marry the universal DH because
yeah.
I think it's a good thing. You know, I think that you know, it's one of the keys to attracting a younger generation. Maybe it's not the whole piece, but I think it will. You know, it's like you only hear the traditionalists chime on that, but then the younger generation, they don't care to chime on it because they're not as focused on the rules of the game yet. You know. But so I think it would be a good thing. You know what I mean? Sure. Like, there's a lot of people that are like, yeah, it's like, why would you want that? We love the way the game, you know, I get it. But you also want to see the really good hitters and homers and, like, all that. So that would be that.
So the rule you would bang, like, you know, you could do with
yeah,
maybe it's a tester.
The 3-batter minimum would be the fuck, I guess, because I actually think that it would be super beneficial for hitters, and so that's why I kind of skew like towards that.
That's weird.
But and you know, I mean, if you're a left-handed reliever and you got, you know, 2 lefties and a righty, but the lefty or the righty is the guy that you're worried about, and you got to bring those lefties in to see that guy. Like, as a right-hander, if I'm standing in between those guys, like, I'm looking forward to that,
Absolutely.
you know, to that guy. So that's why. And I think it, you know. Yeah, so that's it.
Yeah, well, once you know it, oh, my hammy hurts, so I'm pulling out of the game.
And then, yeah, I mean, everybody would find a way to, you know, get around it. But, and then, what was the other one?
So then you're killing the pitch clock.
Yeah, killing the pitch. I mean, listen, everybody, when you go to a game, you know the length of the game. Like, I don't go to a hockey game or a basketball game, whatever, and then I'm, like, looking at my watch, like, right. Man, I can't, you know, this game's over 2 hours, like, I need to get out of here, you know, like, I go to a game to watch a game, like, however long it is, and like, no, and, like, also, nobody's, like, holding you in your seat, right? Like, you come to the game, you stay as long as you want, and then you leave.
You can
like,
go do some other shit.
Yeah, I mean, so, I just don't, and part of my argument on that is, a lot of the reason that the game has gotten longer is because of television. You know, like, that's a simple fact. Like, we have ads, we have, you know, there's breaks specifically for that. Well,
how many times have you been at the dish where the umpire is telling the pitcher who's ready?
Just, hold on, you know, looking at his watch or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, the pitch clock, I think, again, we would adapt. You know, if we had to, you know, guys would find a way to adapt.
What advice would 2019 Evan Longoria give to 2008 Evan Longoria?
None, man. I had a good time. You know, I enjoyed my time as a rookie, but yeah, and I always like it's, you know, it's hard, like, to talk to young guys now, and, like, of course I'm not gonna tell them to go out and party every night. You know, like, I would never do that. But I mean, I had so much fun my rookie year that, like, you don't want to. You know, you only get one of those, man. Yeah. Like,
not even just from, like, a partying perspective, from, like, a passing baseball knowledge.
Yeah, no. You know. I mean, I always, like, I'm a big, like, routine guy, you know, so, like, that's what Hinsky and those guys, like, Eric really helped me with my routine, and so, you know, it got, like, I always tell guys, like, latch on to somebody, man. Like, if you, whoever it is that you, like, you know, you, like, followed in the, you know, when you're in the minor leagues coming up, whoever it is that you want to be like, or you see yourself turning into, or whatever, like, latch onto that guy, see what he does. You know, if that guy's me, like, hey, I'm here to help you, you know, like, I'll do whatever I need to do to, you know, help you get to where you want to be. And so yeah, just and you know, don't talk too much. Listen, just listen.
Yeah.
I did a lot of listening and a lot of watching, and yeah, and that's it.
So now this is the final season for Bruce Bochy. What's it like to have gotten to play for both Joe Maddon and Bruce Bochy, two of the best managers in the game?
It's a lot different.
Contrasting styles a bit.
Yeah, pretty drastic differences. And Boch has well, you know, again, I only played for him for 1 year so far, so it's not like I could say, oh, he's evolved, you know, or like he's changed or whatever. But and this is, you know, not a knock on any of the two managers I played for, but Bochy, man, he is really good in game, like really good in game. I try to sit there sometimes and, like, think along with, like, the situation, and, like, before, like, if I'm in the field, you know, and I'm like, oh, we should have, like, this guy ready, or, like, you know, I mean, look who's coming up. Like, the guys that I was thinking are already getting ready, you know, like, the guys that, like, should potentially be pinch hitting in certain situations, like, they're already, like, down there with their helmet, like, ready to go, you know, so he's you know, chess master when it comes to, like, that sort of thing. Joe is amazing at, like, rallying the dudes. Like, he's, like, player's manager. Where Boch stays out of the way, Joe tries to, like, incorporate the group as much as he can in the clubhouse. So, there's no one answer to who's better. They're just,
I mean,
they are who they are.
For both. They're both awesome dudes.
Yeah.
I know both those guys, and they're.
Take me through the James Shields Coco Chris brawl. Your memories.
Dude, I don't even remember what it was about, honestly.
I think there was like a hard slide at second base. Someone got hit, and then it was just.
Yeah. Man, that's like, you know, the old school baseball, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anybody
right.
saw Coco charging the mound. Like, honestly, I think, like, we just thought, like.
Side note, Coco is a multiple-time
boxer, Gold
Glove winning boxer.
That's why
I just thought that, like, in the
Shields right,
situation,
his fucking head would have ended up in the 13th row.
I just thought in that situation it was like, all right, well, you know, sometimes it's like understood, like, all right, he's gonna get hit, like, whatever, like, so nobody was like, all right, he's about, like, as soon as nobody was ready to go to the mound. Like, sometimes when you know, like, it's gonna happen, like, you are already, like, creeping in. Like, all right, this dude's, like, looks like he's ready to charge the mound. Coco was so, like, under control that, like, you know, he kind of took that, like, sidestep, and then he, like, took off, and nobody even saw it coming.
He said, I'm not trying to get tackled, I had to sell it.
Yeah,
I had to sell it.
He sold the shit out
But that's crazy, too, because in a situation like that, when it's an eye for an eye, and no disrespect to Coco, I love Coco, but you usually get the best guy. Coco wasn't the best guy, so for him...
I think it was the first hitter of the game or something, or, like, first hitter of the second inning or something.
Yeah, something like that, But for him to make that decision right then and there...
Well, he had already had to make it.
Yeah, I think something might have happened where, like, he, like, spiked someone, like, he went in hard at second base. It was
him. It was related to him.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think he had already been hit before. It was something like that.
We'll have to get him on the pod to discuss.
Yeah.
He'll probably remember better than me because he was in the middle of it.
Oh, you met him before?
Well, just on the field.
Yeah,
not like never talked to him off the field.
Yeah.
Well, we thank you for spending the time with us. One question that we ask every one of our guests is, if you could jump in a hot tub time machine and take yourself back to any moment in baseball history and bear witness, what would it be and why? I feel like we got a list of like 5 or 6 games that you probably don't want to go back and revisit.
Wait, my career?
No,
any. Like, you go back to, like, you know, you are sitting next to Abner when he's like, hey, what do you think about this baseball thing I got?
Oh, man, I don't know. Like, I feel like one of the most, like, fuck, I don't know, maybe, I mean, I could start spewing off, like, a bunch of them, you know, just that I think would be cool, but,
what team did
that's
you grow
a
up a
pretty
fan
insane question. Angels.
Okay.
Angels, yeah, I grew up, it was easier for us to get to Angel Stadium from where I grew up, so, I mean, probably, like, I feel like I'm going to give one answer and then I'll be like, no, it's wrong.
Hey, if you got 2, throw them out there.
No, I mean, I would love to see, like, Babe Ruth play. I think that, you know, any game that Babe Ruth took in would be amazing. And then I think, like, probably when Hank Aaron broke the home run record, you know, broke Babe Ruth's home run record.
Yeah.
You know, people run on the field like that.
You're clotheslining Tom House in the bullpen so you can catch the ball and not him.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool to see. Or, I mean, shoot, when freaking Cal Ripken Jr. broke the games played.
There you go. There you go.
You know, I feel like there's like those are the shit was like 2256 or something like that.
That was 2632 is what he finished at, but 2131 was when he broke it.
They dropped the banner.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's like a small group of games that like I don't think we'll ever see again. Like, I don't think we'll ever see that happen again.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we'll ever see a guy play that many games.
No chance.
I don't think we'll ever see that. I mean, and again, you know, you got some guys that are maybe on pace, but the game is so different now that I don't think that anybody will ever break Pete Rose's hits record.
No.
Nope.
You know, so that game when he broke that record, I think
The hit
will
streak.
stand forever. I don't think. Yeah, the 56 game. I mean, nobody's gonna break that.
No chance. Yeah, you know he faced.
But
I
you
believe
could fluke out on that.
But
Like,
so how about that? I don't know if you know this. I believe Jody faced 67 pitchers during that 56 game hitting
right.
streak.
You're gonna face
Right.
300.
Right.
Yeah.
It was something just ridiculous. It was double-digit pitchers I know that he faced, as
Yeah.
opposed to what you. I mean, you go.
Want another fun fact, Dallas?
Tell me.
Ted Williams, his batting average was higher over that span of dates than Joe D's was over the 56 game hitting streak. Just saying. Just saying.
It's not that tennis.
Just throwing that out there.
Just saying. Just want you to know. No big deal. No big deal. Do you think anyone actually hit that red seat in Fenway? No fucking chance.
No shot.
No way. If you've ever stood up, like I try to justify that with people. Like I've been out there, and then I'm like, well, maybe if they only had like seats right here, and then they just literally had a wind tunnel. Like
Yeah.
he hit it right
Directly
in that wind
to that
tunnel,
seat?
and it went.
Yeah.
It somehow like got catapulted out there
Yeah.
because it's 600 feet away.
It is.
It's literally
a shot.
600 feet away.
It's a shot. All right, Evan Longoria, thank you so much for coming on. Best of luck to you this season, and we should definitely get you on again soon.
Yeah, for sure, man.
More
Thank
trips
you
down
guys for
memory
having me.
lane with Evan Longoria.